Thank you for watching Policy and Prejudice. My name is Chris Stevenson. I have one thing to say about college sports. College athletes need to be paid. They need to be paid, and they should have been paid from way back. I keep hearing about schools like USC, Ohio State, Auburn, other schools throughout the history of my watching sports, going on probation for various things, boosters paying them. All the way down to ball players receiving trips or getting receiving tickets to go visit their families or whatever. It's time the NCAA paid these ball players. Right now, highly skilled ball players that represent their schools, and the schools make millions of money, billions of dollars, especially from sponsors, networks, the NCAA, whatever the case may be. These ball players make basically the same thing other scholarship students make. They receive pretty much the same stipend. Is this fair? I don't think so. Having to play ball and being expected to play sports, team sports or individual sports or whatever, and excel at it, and then have a top grade in your classroom, that's an extra burden. Okay? I understand that this person faces the prospect of going pro at any time. I understand that they chose to do something that they've been doing since they were a kid. Yes, some of them might maybe spoil or whatever the case may be. You might resent that. But these schools are making out big, especially the coaches. Coaches make millions. Coaches can go. Coaches are paid their salary by the school as well as endorsements, outside endorsements. So coaches can do whatever they want to do. College ball players do not have that leeway. I applaud Cam Newton's father. He was looking out for his son financially. I think he was being suspected of accepting money from Southern Mississippi or one of those schools in Mississippi, and then he went to Auburn. He may have done the same thing regarding Auburn. He was looking out for his son's future. Why and why not? Look at the risk you take as ball players when you play for these schools. You play at a professional level. You can get injured for life playing in these types of physical sports. For these schools, especially under a heavy schedule, heavy regimen. It's just a big giant risk. I've heard of people like the people on ESPN debating this. The NCAA makes tons of money off these competitions as well. NCAA officials, they make millions. I've seen this. The best way you can pay a college athlete, and I'll keep this since this is football season. This is football season just starting up. Let's confine this to just football as an example, just for the sake of argument. You can easily pay a college football player according to 2 or 3 factors. The size of the school he plays for. In other words, does the school play in a large conference? Are they a high-profile school? Are they a USC or a Notre Dame? Do they play in a top, highly publicized conference? The Pac-12, the Big Ten, the Big 12, whatever these kind. I know there's a conference shift nowadays. It's happening now. The conferences realignment is happening quicker than I can keep up with. The Big East, these schools make the most money, so therefore it is incumbent that the reward for the player for being a player in this school, especially being a star player in the school, should be commensurate with that. Now, say for example you play for a UB, University of Buffalo, or even a smaller school than that. Yeah, you pay according to that scale. But even these schools get exposure. These schools are not poor, so some of them are going to pretend that they are just because they don't want to go along with it. the best way for the college athletes to get results is to watch the pros. In other words, you've seen professional ball players go on strikes for various sports leagues, especially NFL. Okay, what happened with NFL this past season wasn't really a strike, it was a lockout. That was the owners. But I've seen at least 3 strikes, I think, in my day while watching NFL, starting from 1974, when I was still in high school. All they have to do is consolidate, solidarity. They can form a union officially, or just unite for just one occasion. Imagine the shock waves that they would send throughout the various schools around the country if they were to do this. No, we're not going to play in your brand new stadiums. No, we're not going to play in front of your TV screens. Until we reach a point where we don't have to beg for our meals anymore. We can finally have some sort of security. We can have receive official pay, official stipend. Now, you can sit there and make the argument, well, they won't be amateur athletes anymore. They won't be classified as amateur athletes anymore. They'll be professional athletes now. They'll be pros. They always were professional athletes, okay? That's not a big deal. What I'm saying is it's time for the college ball player to stand up. That's across the board. College football, college basketball, track and field, college baseball. All paid according to this, the popularity of that sport and the popularity of the conference that they play for. That's it. Okay? You know, it stands to reason if you play for the SEC or the ACC or the Big Ten, those schools can afford to pay more money. You play for the Colonial Conference or the MAC Conference, the MAC MAC Conference or the MAAC MAC Conference, whatever, you're going to make a little bit less, but you'll make a whole lot more than what you're making now. So all athletes across the country stand to benefit from this. That's my suggestion. That's the way I see it. College ball players, strike now. The first chance you get together. Attorneys, sports attorneys should be all over this. You know, your big name attorneys who like to have their names in the newspapers and love to stop sports leagues from playing. They should have been all over this a long time ago. I don't know what took them so long. But the only way to eliminate this controversy and to stop all of the corruption that goes on in these schools, stop the probations, is for the athletes to come right out and get what they deserve. And you can do it in a way whereas, yeah, they can get some money now while they're playing. I'm not saying pay them millions right now while they're playing. I'm saying have most of the money in reserve so that when they graduate, and you can use this as an incentive for that when you graduate, you get more money than if you quit school or if you flunk out. But still, in either case, you still get a significant amount of money. That's the way it should be. And that's the way I see it. For clbTV, my name is Chris Stevenson. Thank you for watching Policy and Prejudice. Have a good week.